Hello, Aries, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for mid-January 2023, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have my overall energy for the reading. We'll dive into tarot, and then I have the decks that I'll be using the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on for a personal reading is in the description box below. Really quick, I'm going to check and make sure. Okay, make sure I turn that on. All right, Aries. I think this is going to be a good one. I can definitely tell you guys aren't feeling the best right now, but I still think this is going to be a good reading. Okay, in your recent past, you have let your fears dissolve with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Your recent past was a little bit of the universe kind of slowing things down for you. Like it's maybe you were experiencing progress in some areas, or you were feeling really busy, and in your recent past it kind of just like stopped. But you have let your fears dissolve. It was almost like you needed to be a little bit more present to face some of the fears that have been there, like, for a while, but you hadn't had time to face it, maybe because you were being, you're super busy and you didn't really have the time to sit down and kind of face the things that you needed to. Now, in your current energy, you have released control with the Hermit in reverse. This is what makes me think that you guys aren't feeling great right now. With the Hermit in reverse, there's a little bit of isolation going on, whether that's self-imposed or whether there's just this like sense of loneliness. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to dive in to see, but I do feel like this is a time right now for self-reflection, but also making sure that you're not removing yourself from your community at this point. Making sure that you're still um, trying to get out and see friends, or whatever the case is, because I feel like this energy that you're currently in has the tendency to kind of really get you down if you get stuck in it for too long. In your immediate future, you have practice gratitude with the Temperance in reverse. So I'm not going to lie, in your immediate future I see a little bit of frustration. However, this frustration is leading you to something bigger, because the way that I'm reading this is you have had fears, and still are kind of dealing with fear about something, whether it be a relationship or a career, about pursuing something. And so it's almost like the universe had to slow you down a little bit to get you to work through those fears. And then in your immediate future, it's almost, because your overall energy for the reading is gratitude with transmute. So it's almost like, and that's two cards for gratitude only in the pre-shuffle. And so what this looks like for me is transmuting fear into gratitude, or fear to faith, or however you want to look at it. Because, the more that we can transmute our fear into good feelings, that's how we co-create a better reality for ourselves. But let's see. What does Aries have in their recent past? This is recent past for Aries. Also, every deck that I've been shuffling today has just been just like, I feel like I don't have control over it. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like with release control, it has to do with this reading. Like, it's almost like I'm not able to control the cards, like they've been controlling me. Recent past, you have the Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it's like your recent past, I still feel like your current energy, it's almost like this slow and steady movement forward, to the extent that you don't feel forward movement. Like, I feel like you feel very stuck, or very, I don't necessarily feel trapped, just very like not sure what to do next. And this was your recent past, but with the Three of Cups in reverse, it was almost like things were just not like clicking for you in life, like just not coming together. You weren't feeling like you were where you wanted to be. And I feel like that's still kind of where you're at in your current energy. But your recent past was a lot of kind of dealing with the fears that were starting to arise from life being a little bit slower for you guys. Because yeah, there's the Knight of Swords in reverse on the back of the deck here. So this definitely has to do with like a slow moving progression of some sort. All right, recent past for Aries. Four of Swords with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So that's exactly what I was saying. You know, this Nine of Swords upright is fear, it's anxiety, but if you can look at it kind of close, you can see that she doesn't, you don't really have, she doesn't have anything to fear. It's all kind of, it's in her imagination. Not that, you know, not that the fears that you have and are dealing with aren't valid. That's not what I mean. But it's almost like the idea that you don't have anything to fear. It's just your human mind kind of kicking in and freaking you out a little bit. And in your recent past with the Four of Swords here, this is another card of like slowing down and going within. This whole reading is a lot about going within. This Four of Cups to me is like focusing on the wrong thing. So you could be focusing on what you don't yet have, or what you're still kind of trying to attract into your life, or what like what pieces still haven't fallen into place for you. And to you, that could be all of the pieces, or it could be you have a really good career going, but you don't have the relationship you want, or you're in a good relationship, but you don't yet have the career that you want. It's almost like you have a lot to be grateful for, but you're still kind of focusing on the things that you don't yet have. And I feel like that's why your recent past, I feel like it just felt like it was very frustrating for you. And I feel like you're still kind of in a frustrating, this whole reading is a very frustrating energy. So I feel for you guys. But it's trying to get you to shift your perspective a little bit, you know? And it goes back to kind of like what you think about and what you focus on is what you attract. The more that you focus on lack or frustration, the more that you're going to attract more of those feelings. And so that's why I feel why gratitude is such a big part of this reading, is it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like that is what is going to get you to attract better things for yourself. Recent past for Aries. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, these are 3 cards of like slow movement for me. I mean, Four of Swords isn't really about movement. It's more about like just kind of going within and quiet, you know, quieting your mind. But it's still kind of all about just slower energy. All right, recent past for Aries. And that could just be like coming off of the holidays. But keep in mind that your recent past doesn't just have to be within the last couple weeks or months. It really can be, you know, anywhere up to, you know, I don't know, 5 years. I wouldn't say any longer than 10 years, just kind of depending on your age. Okay, Four of Wands in reverse with the Artist in reverse. So this to me is when there's something about your mindset that isn't grounded in whatever it needs to be. Like whether you have a mindset, again, grounded in lack, or a mindset grounded in fear and anxiety, or a mindset grounded in um, frustration, whatever the case is. And it doesn't have to be your whole mindset, but just a certain aspect of your thinking being um, in alignment with not so great energy. You know, being what you think is what you attract. Again, you have this Artist in reverse here. So this card, this deck has 2 additional major arcanas, and I wasn't going to use them at first, but I actually really like them, especially this one. This is, you know, kind of that idea of co-creating your life with the universe, you know, being the artist, being the creator of your own life. Well, you have it in reverse. So what that's saying is you're kind of struggling with that right now, or have been in your recent past. And there's something about your mindset with this Four of Wands, kind of to me being mindset, that is keeping you trapped and not being able to move forward, almost. I'm not sure though. Also, I just realized I have voice control on for TikTok. I set it up to where I can just say, I'm not going to say the word because I don't want it to do anything, but I can say NEXT, that word, and it'll swipe up on the TikTok so I don't have to do it myself. And I realized I left my voice control on. So I'm hoping that this video doesn't mess up. All right. Well, let's shift gears here to your current energy. I definitely feel for you in the frustration department. You know, frustration is a really hard energy to kick. But once you can realize and kind of appreciate the divine timing of everything, and you turn divine timing into a real belief system, then things get a lot easier. But you kind of have to face a lot of that frustration in order to get to that point. All right, current energy for Aries. Clarifying release control with the Hermit. In reverse, there's the Six of Cups. I was feeling something here. Okay. There's a couple of ways I could read this, because you have the Six of Cups with the Knight of Cups. And a lot of these tarot readers on YouTube would say this is a message from someone from your past. But I feel like it goes a little bit deeper than that. You know, my goal with my readings is to kind of dive below the surface, get into your subconscious and kind of pull some of those things that are hiding up. You know, 95% of our subconscious is in charge of our movements, choices, decisions. And that 5% of our conscious power that we do have in the way that we interact with our life is what we can use to change that 95%. And so what I'm trying to do is read more of that 95% and not that 5%, because the more that you can have control over that 95%, which is how, you know, habit building, and it takes a while to train your subconscious to think a different way, but the more that you can start to understand your subconscious, where the blocks are and how to release them, that is how you change your life, because your subconscious really is what's creating things for you here. Now I say that because, you know, of course, easily right off the bat, this does look like message past. But the way that I'm reading this is like the answers lie in your past. Almost like I feel like there's a search for answers. I mean, we're all searching for answers, right? There's a search for answers here. There's a search for, maybe it's how to move forward, or maybe it's how to let go of the past. But whatever it is, it's almost like you're in an energy right now of needing to look back in order to move forward, because there's something there that needs to be healed with this Ten of Swords in reverse. There always is, right? But there's something there that needs to be healed to move you forward. Ultimately, to help you release your control. You know, releasing control of your circumstances. And that goes back to kind of like how I was talking about frustration as one of the hardest energies to kick is, you know, we get frustrated when we feel like we're in control of when things are going to happen for us. The more that you can sit in faith and say, I'm grateful, with this gratitude here, I'm grateful for every single little aspect of the things that I do have in my life. And the more that I put my energy towards being grateful, the more I know that I'm going to attract circumstances to be grateful for. But there's something in your past, that some fear that lies in your past, that's blocking you from being able to fully release control and practice that presence and that gratitude. Okay, current energy. Okay. Judgment in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse. So, judgment in reverse to me, it's like, so usually it means like not seeing the truth of something, like not seeing a situation for what it is. But the way that I'm feeling it in this reading is it's almost like shame or guilt, or like being really hard on yourself about something. And that's where I feel like you need to kind of allow yourself to let go of control and understand that things aren't moving forward for you right now because they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be slow. And yes, I know that slow moving energy was in your recent past, but I feel like you're still dealing with it right now, because I still feel that frustration. It's almost like allowing yourself to be where you are in this moment without being upset that you're not yet where you want to be. Because here's the thing, every time you chase for that next aspect of where you want to be, you're going to want to be somewhere else. It's like, you know, life is about, you know, the journey. It's not about the destination, but it's almost like allowing yourself to just be where you are right now, even if it's frustrating, even if it's not what you want your life to look like, and just saying, I'm going to focus on what I do have as opposed to what I don't yet have. Because again, the more you focus on what you don't have, the more you're going to attract that feeling of not having what you want. But the more that you can focus on the gratitude of having everything that you need in this moment, the more that you're going to start to feel like you have everything you need in each and every moment. And that's the beauty of being able to stay present. Current energy for Aries. I like this reading. And that is, it's transmuting the fear of the future and the frustration that you're currently dealing with into faith. This is the other major arcana that comes with this deck. It's the well in reverse. And this is funny because this card means to allow. And with it being in reverse, it's this idea of like, of not fully letting go and allowing. And that's why I feel like it's almost like yes, with the Hermit in reverse, you're obviously feeling very like almost just detached maybe from your reality a little bit. um and sometimes you got to do that. I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong. It's just that there's this need to like just allow yourself to be where you are right now, and understanding that every situation's temporary, every moment is temporary, and almost like realizing that, I mean, I feel like I'm about to get really cheesy in what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Life really is created by little moments, and the beauty of life exists in the little things. We think, because of society and just how life currently is, we think that happiness exists in the big moments, right? The really exciting things. And yeah, those are really exciting moments, but they're fleeting. And the little moments that we can be grateful for aren't really fleeting. Those are, and yes, the moment itself is fleeting, but you can find good things in each and every moment. So if you're constantly searching for the big events in life, you're going to find yourself feeling always like you're waiting for that next thing. But the more that you can focus on the current moment, the present moment, the little things that you have going on around you that are what make up life, the more that you can, start to really appreciate each moment for what it is, instead of wanting the moment to be something more or looking for the next moment to be better than this moment. That's how you create happiness and fulfillment. And so I feel like that's what this reading is about, is just, yes, you're dealing with fear. And yes, I feel like you're dealing with some loneliness and some detachment. But just because you're dealing with this right now, it doesn't mean you're going to be dealing with it forever. And, sometimes we kind of just have to accept where we are and just be like, okay, if this is where I'm supposed to be right now, then this is where I'm supposed to be. And anything that happens from this point forward is going to be where I need to be then. And just kind of allow yourself to be happy with where you're at. Because I believe, I remember the last reading I did for Aries was like, you should be so proud of yourself. And I feel like it's almost like you haven't taken the time to look at how far you've come and how proud of yourself you really should be, because you're already looking for the next thing. And that truly is where we can get caught and not appreciating life for what it is. But okay, enough of my little cheesy rant there. Immediate future for Aries. Gratitude, seriously, it's everything. I've started doing it. I don't actually have the gratitude journal anymore, but every single day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And it has completely changed my life, like completely changed my life, focusing on gratitude. So I feel like that's a lot about what this reading is about for you guys too. Okay, immediate future for Aries. The 2 of Pentacles with the Lovers in reverse. Okay. I feel like what you're really, really wanting right now, Aries, is like stability. Just like almost like I feel like things have been changing in your life so much that you're almost craving predictability. And I could be wrong about that for some of you guys, but it almost just feels like a certain aspect of you, like you're obviously dealing with a lot of fear. You've had this kind of 4 of Wands in reverse. You're obviously wanting your life to be more or different than what it is right now for some reason. And I feel like at the end of the day, what you're wanting is stability. Now, life is never going to be predictable, right? But we can have a foundation of the things in our life that we know are going to be constants. And I feel like you're looking for those constants. Um, and I also feel at the same time that there's a level of you, especially with this Lovers in reverse, that doesn't believe that you'll ever be able to get to that state of mind or that state of being where you really are happy with your life, like with where things are at. Not that you're not happy. That's not what I'm saying. But like contentment, like where you're like, I am good with where I'm at and I don't need anything else. I'm excited to experience more, life, and I'm excited to continue to grow and build, but I don't need anything else. I'm content with where I'm at. I feel like that right there, whether you realize it or not, is ultimately what you're searching for. Now, whether you're searching for that through a career or a person or status or whatever the case is, I'm not quite sure. But I feel like there's a little bit of a need to back up and say, okay, what exactly am I looking for through these things? Because that's going to help you get to the root of the reason why you are dealing with so much frustration and discontentment. And your immediate future, I feel like is really a time to dive into the way that you see your value, because the reason you don't believe that having that life is possible is because there's a certain level of you that doesn't believe you deserve it. And consciously you could be like, I know I deserve it. Sure, absolutely, you can know you deserve something, but your subconscious, based on your past, based on what you've experienced, be it toxic relationships within, friendships that weren't great, your relationship with your parents or caretakers growing up, that level of you, that 95% that you don't have conscious control over. Now you can reframe and rewire your subconscious, but it takes time and it takes healing and it takes showing up every day with gratitude for where you're currently at, because that's how you shift the way that you view your life. And so I feel like what this time, yes, absolutely, you could continue to kind of stay in this frustrated energy and continue to hope for the next moment being better than this one, but you're always going to find yourself doing that. You're always going to be saying, you know what, when is the next moment going to get here? When in reality, life happens, life exists in this moment. Happiness exists in the present moment. And the more that you can keep pulling yourself back to the present through gratitude, the more you're going to transmute the fear and desires that you have into gratitude and faith for where you're currently at. Immediate future for Aries. And it's okay to want good things for yourself. That's not what I'm saying. This isn't about not wanting better. It's just, it's that concept of like being happy and grateful for where you're currently at, but being excited about what you want. That you can have both. They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, immediate future for Aries. Page of Cups. There's that Three of Cups in reverse again. It's almost like, oh, this literally is saying you're not listening to your intuition about why things aren't happening for you. There's the Two of Wands about your path, and there's that Nine of Swords again. So it's almost like I feel like there's a level of you that keeps waiting for um the next thing, waiting for, the next thing. I keep saying that. And it's almost like there's also this level of you, and in your immediate future, I feel like this really comes to light, is you're not listening, because the Page of Cups in reverse to me is like, Page of Cups is like growing intuition, like new kind of psychic abilities almost, but deeper than that. It's almost like how you interact with the world on a 5D level, I guess is a better way to say that. And it's almost like the Page of Cups in reverse to me is not tapping into those or not listening to that level of yourself. It's like 5D level you, I guess, is a better way to put that. And because with the Three of Cups back here, it was like we had that, that feeling of like things aren't falling into place, things aren't coming together, you're not getting to that place you want to be, and it's because you're not looking at the situation with the right mindset of what is going to get you there, because it's not going to be anything in this 3D world. It's going to be up here in your mind. There's that Knight of Cups again. Um, and that's kind of what I feel like that's why there's that need to go back to your past and figure out what belief system you have almost like what belief system you've attained because of your surroundings, not because of what you actually want out of life. It's like it's a need to go within and to work on that 95%, because that 95% is going to get you where you're trying to go anyway. So your immediate future is a little bit more of the same. But I also feel like you're getting close to the end of this frustrating cycle, and the only way you're gonna close it is if you're able to kind of tap into that 95% of you. Okay, immediate future for Aries, and you're doing it. You're doing it. If this reading is for you, then you're doing everything you know how. And there's that need. That's why I talked about like not being so hard on yourself. There's that need to say, like, remind yourself every day you'll get there when you're supposed to get there. Like divine timing is a very real thing. You'll get there when you're supposed to get there. And so don't be hard on yourself or feel like just because you're not perfect or doing everything perfect or just because your mindset isn't quite in alignment with gratitude and you're still experiencing frustration, that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It means you're a human being on a spiritual journey. All right, immediate future for Aries. Immediate future for Aries. The Ten of Pentacles. There it is. So that's what it's saying. That's literally what this is saying. Oh, this is such a cool message. This is the perfect way to end this reading. You have the Ten of Pentacles with my favorite card in tarot, the Eight of Swords in reverse, and then the Ten of Cups right underneath that. So you're looking for this. This is that stability you're looking for, that long-term emotional and material fulfillment. And it is, I mean, it's showing up in your future, but this is the key. This Eight of Swords in reverse is the key. And this is my favorite card in tarot because this is the releasing of that limiting beliefs that exist in that 95% of you that are holding you back from being able to attract the life that you want. And those limiting beliefs are frustration, belief that you're not capable, belief that you're not worthy, belief that it's not happening for you, belief that the universe doesn't have your back, belief that, you're not going to get there in time. Whatever the case is, this is the release of those. And what this is literally saying is your Ten of Pentacles, your Ten of Cups, it's absolutely available for you. There's no doubt about that. But this is the only thing that's going to get you there. This Eight of Swords in reverse. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep healing. Keep shifting that mindset. Keep creating better belief systems for yourself. And know while you're doing that, if your intentions are aligned, that you're going to get there. And you're going to get there in this lifetime, and you're going to get there when you need to get there. So have a little faith in yourselves, guys, because I'm not saying that you don't, but I just feel like there's that frustration that comes with like, I'm doing everything I know how and I'm still not there yet. Of course you're not there yet because you're not supposed to be there yet. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get there. It just means, it literally just means that you're not there yet. And that's okay. And that's kind of what needs to be accepted. Wow, that was a really cool way to end the reading. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive a lot deeper. I give a lot more advice in my extended, and then I have an actual advice card to pull from the divine at the end. Like I said, the information for that's in the description box below. Otherwise, Aries, thank you guys so much for the support of this channel. This is my livelihood, so the support from you guys is it's so much more than I could ever ask for. I love interacting with you, so if you would love to let me know how the reading resonated, or if you have any questions, or whatever, just you feel free to reach out to me. My email address is in the description box below, or we can interact in the comments, whatever you feel comfortable with. But thank you guys so much again, and I do wish you the very best 2023, and I hope to see you in future readings.